Can you take back a cheating partner?
Cheating is a no-no for me. But
Okay.
truth is that it's a different ballgame when you're already married and that man cheated.
Been there, done that. I've forgiven a cheating partner and he went back to cheat. They would always go back to cheat. What's your thoughts on marrying? Not dating, no. Marrying someone you earn more than. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. What's your thoughts on dating websites? Can you like get I had a friend that married her husband off of Tinder and she made me to sign up on Tinder and Bumble.
I'm not saying they are not.
That place is ghetto. See, you meet a perfect guy, but he doesn't like to cook or clean.
I beg go. As I don't like this. What's your favorite childhood memory of us together?
There are so many, but there's one I remember.
Okay.
This story touched my heart.
Go. That's why the fact that we have a lot of time to spend together. Sometimes I'll be like, oh God, if we not get married now, we now don't have time again to spend time with each other. What's one thing you would like us to do together in the future?
Having our kids be as close as us. I pray they are. Maybe our daughters, we get to like hang out together as a family. Our kids love each other. They are obsessed with their cousins. Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, you are definitely welcome. My name is Cheta and I create content in Abuja, Nigeria. You are in the right place. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you're part of this community. Okay, to my returning guys, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for your love and your support. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, again guys, please, if you have not subscribed, I beg, just click the subscribe button down. Okay, and yeah, let's jump straight into today's video. Now before I start off with today's video, you guys asked me to film a video on resumes, CVs, and I did, but you guys do not know now watch it. The views are so low. In fact, this has been my lowest views since this year. And guys, I'm wondering what happened. Please, you guys should understand that I understand that you guys love me and you support me and you watch my short form content and even my long form content, but also you don't watch my long form content as much as you watch the short form ones. And that's how I make my money. Of course, I make money from short form, but I make a lot more on long form videos. So please, I want to beg you guys, please, if you have not been watching my long form videos, start watching them. It helps me to get small money. I beg, Ejo. Should I kneel down? I can kneel down, guys. Please help me, okay? And yeah, let's jump straight into today's video because I know that's why a lot of you are here. So you guys, the last time I brought my sister to my channel, you guys were like happy, enjoyed the whole video. So I decided to bring her back. Yeah, in case you've not met her, her name is Ifunanya. Or do you want to introduce yourself?
Well, you've said it. My name is Ifunanya.
Yeah, her name is Ifunanya. She's my sister. She has been here before. I can link some of the previous videos we shot, especially the last one we talked about body shaming and things around that. So you guys, I asked you, ask us questions so that we can come through with the questions, okay? And for some weird reasons, you guys didn't really ask questions. A lot of you were saying, you look alike, who is who? You guys look alike, who is who? Which one is Cheta? Which one is Cheta? We are not twins. And a lot of, are you guys twins? We're not twins. We're not twins. She's my older sister and I'm younger. We are not twins. Do we look alike? I think it's up to you guys. If people say we look alike, that's fine. But left to me, we don't look alike as much as you guys say it. But yeah, she's here. And a few of you did ask questions. So we'll start out with the questions that you guys asked before I now go in with some juicy questions that I did bring up. Okay, so yeah, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay, let's go. So the first question here says, does your sister have any immediate plan to start her own vlog? PS, would subscribe. So do you have?
Well, not at the moment, actually.
Does she even look like a content creator?
I don't actually. What? Never say never. Like I always
say.
So you could see me.
And by the way, guys, recently she has been like, maybe if I get married, I'll create content. So maybe now when she marries, she and her husband, they do husband and wife channel, whatever.
Oh, me and my children.
Shame. So the next one here says, good morning. What course did you and your sister study at university? You want to go first?
Okay, I studied Biochemistry, microbiology.
Okay. BSc.
BSc, yes.
Then masters.
After I studied biomembrane, biotechnology under biochemistry.
Okay. So myself, I studied computer science and information technology, BSc, masters, no masters. Not in view. Because me, I don't have power to start jacking for masters. The next question here, I don't know, is she just says, I want food. I don't know what that means.
So she's talking to me. Please.
Me, I don't know.
Food.
Okay. So the next one says, you guys are beautiful. Where are you from? Where are we from?
We are from Anambra State.
We're from Anambra State.
Nnewi.
Precisely. Yeah.
State.
So we are from Anambra State and we're from Nnewi, the Shmoney people, okay? If you know Anambra, you know Nnewi.
The spare part people.
I bet leave us like that. Okay. So the next question says, please, ma. I don't know, is it me that is ma? Ha. Now, wow. Please, ma, I would really love to know how was starting a YouTube channel you at the beginning? How did you start? How was it starting? I think I've shared a lot of this in a lot of videos, but I'll link one of them above so you go and watch and see how my history of starting YouTube. But YouTube is not something I started one day. It's something I've started and stopped and started and stopped. However, the advice I'll give to you is stop overthinking it. Start. The views will be very low. That's totally fine. Expected. Do not think you will start blowing overnight. It doesn't work that way. Try and build your followers organically, because these people are the people that will make sure you start making money on YouTube. If you really want to make money on YouTube, don't do all this streaming that people do, or all these intense measures to get followers. Then when they start dishing out content, they barely get views. That's not what you want for your channel. Build your viewers organically that will always return and watch your content. That's what you should put your emphasis on. Again, I'll link a video. Go and watch it. It should help you explain better my whole YouTube journey and career and all of that, basically. The next one, they're my own hot topics. See, I came with juicy topics that I want to know her opinion on. I might know some already. I might already know her opinion on some of them, maybe because she's my sister. But then I try to look for the ones that I don't really know her opinion, so I can get her fresh opinion. And then she might be advising people out there. So yeah, you guys should go and grab your popcorn, because this is going to be the juicy part of this video, okay? So my first question here says, what's your opinion on the phrase cheating is only physical? For some people, meaning they can love their wives, husbands, or partners and still cheat on them. What's your thoughts?
Cheating is only physical. No, I don't think I believe that school of thought, actually. I think anything that starts from the mind. I would want to refer to the Bible verse that says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Which means that a lot of things that we do, first of all, starts with our mind.
Okay.
So, for someone to get to the level of physically cheating, first of all, there's already an emotional attachment to that person, which was clearly not supposed to be. Okay. And it started from maybe a chat, it started from maybe a shift in attention due to maybe one thing or the other. So I don't think it's just ends up physical. But if it's saying for a man, I know that a lot of men say they love their wives, but they cheat. I would say they say it's possible to love more than one person, right? But I still feel that man doesn't have respect for his or her wife if he's going to be cheating on the wife, even if you claim to love that wife.
Okay, so my own opinion, right? You can't love someone and cheat on them. Yeah. I'm sorry, there's no sugar coating it. If you're cheating on your wife and you're lying to yourself that you love her, search your soul deep down, you really don't love that lady. Because if you love that person, so much, and you know that if you do something like that, it would really, really hurt them, you would think again. You won't do it.
You're not answering your question. Your question says, is cheating physical?
No. What I meant is that, they attribute it to being only physical. It's not only physical. Whether physical, mental, whatever it is.
Emotional.
Any form of cheating is cheating. And if you love someone, you won't abuse them. Physically, you won't abuse them. Verbally, you won't abuse them. Emotionally, which is cheating. Physically, you won't beat them. You won't abuse them verbally, like maybe body shaming them and treating them, ill-treating them. You won't even want to see them hurt. That's what love is to me.
Okay, then I want to add to, most times the truth is that for cheating to actually blossom to be physical, maybe from the intention, from the emotional part, usually due to lack of communication. Now, if I'm not married, I would not say I'm married, but maybe I've been in a couple of relationships. But the truth is, for a man to start cheating, if he has been open to speak to his wife at a level, that's why sometimes I think I've listened to some podcasts, listened to some people talk about relationships. Say when a man opens up to you as a wife and say, okay, see what is going on in my office. So see, this person is trying to get to me. See, this person is trying to give me an attention. Don't just go ho on the guy, or go ho on your husband, or ho on your boyfriend, because it now makes the person begin to get secretive. And the truth is that cheating will grow when things are done in secret. So if you give the person a transparent view, allow the person to open up, that way two of you can even work hand in hand to be able to nip it in the bud now before it gets to a very, very bad or terrible position.
So openness, be open. It will help you prevent a lot of unnecessary things.
And men run away from communication a lot. You should stop.
Start communicating. Okay, so my next question, you know the story of Gabriella Union and Dwayne Wade?
Not so clear, but then again,
but he cheated and then she forgave him.
Okay.
So now the real question here that I wanted to ask you is, can you take back a cheating partner?
Oh, the truth is, I would not want to put it on me personally right now. Left for me, I would just say, okay, in a relationship scenario, it might be difficult, right? Not praying that you get married tomorrow and your husband cheats. But the truth is that it's a different ball game when you guys are just dating to get married, and it's a different ball game when you're already married and that man cheated.
Totally.
You cannot, those two of them, you cannot be thinking the same direction. As much as cheating is a no-no for me, right? If it's a marriage, there's what they call they go through therapy and all to be able to see how to find their way back to each other.
Sustainable.
Even if it takes the man a lifetime to redeem himself or restitute, whatever it is. Even if it takes him a lifetime to do that. But most times in marriage, especially if the person genuinely has actually changed, it will take time for you to build trust. But if it's in relationship, for me, I'll just see it as a red flag, because I don't think I want to experience that in marriage. Not praying to do that. But if relationship, to me, is a red flag. I will not want to push further.
Okay.
That's the truth.
So for me, being there, done that, I've forgiven a cheating partner and he went back to cheat. They would always go back to cheat. When I mean partner, I'm not married. I'm in a relationship. So it's a no-no for me. Once you just cheat, that is it. In fact,
so but I still throw that question back to you now. No one is praying for that.
Hold on now. I've not landed now. If it's a partner, I don't go. Right? The reason why I'm saying it is because I have a friend, and you probably know this friend, that took back a cheating partner and is currently married to them and is working for them. Me, would I do it? I would not. However, if it's in a marriage, it's a more dicey situation, right? But if it's in a marriage, just like she said, I have to see that you are on your toes to make amends. I'm not even going to come and start because you did it. You have to pay the price for it. What I mean, pay the price, like, be on your toes, really, really do all that you can in your place to make sure that you win back that trust before I give you a full second chance. That's what I'll say. I might say, okay, I can be open to it in marriage, but man, till then,
just pray you don't even get
God, I beg you, God, I beg you, God, I beg you. What's your thought on oversharing on social media? So we already know the case of Vicky James and her husband always sharing, you know. And then, I don't know if you saw this thing that happened between this couple, this Phoenix couple that you love so much, that the man posted his wife's birth story, then someone posted, why will you be posting your wife's birth story? Then he responded about, God is already protecting him, nothing will happen to his child, and all that. People were like, God is protecting you, what you need to do, it's not everything you share on social media. They were dragging him. So what's your thought on oversharing on social media?
Well, I feel different strokes for different folks. That's the truth.
Makes a lot of sense.
You can't impose your beliefs or your thoughts on someone. And the truth is, what you believe sometimes works for you. There are people that have seen that maybe when they are pregnant, they keep it away from social media and their children are fine. There are those that will even tell you when they get pregnant throughout their journey, and those children are still fine. So at the end of the day, I feel it's not even my me thing, unless I want to speak for myself and I'll say, okay, I'm not much of a social media person. I would like to do some private. I would not give the world what I feel the world should see. But if you're talking about another person, then it depends on them. If it's a family, they should have a discussion on what they want to come out. But the truth is that when you bring yourself outside, you expose
everybody.
yourself to a lot of boost. That's the truth. People with their views, positive comments will be there, negative comments will be there. So you should be ready to chest it when it comes. That's the truth.
I feel like boundaries are always good. On every circumstance, there should always be boundaries, right? Oversharing at the end of the day, like you said, different strokes work for different folks. Some of you are backlashing Vicky James. People don't know that Vicky James is burning from that your money that she's using to overshare on social media. Same thing with that Phoenix couple. They know what they're doing. However, always set boundaries. Personally, like I said, I have personal boundaries. And if you guys already know, you know that one thing that you will not see on my channel is my relationship. I'm not open to pushing that to the public. That's what I personally don't want to share. But the people that are comfortable sharing that, that's their problem. At the end of the day, it's your decision. Whatever decision you make, get ready for the outcome, just like she said. So I don't want to overflow on that. So you know, Vicky James just turned 30, yeah. And aside even her, there are a lot of other people like Ashmusi, Nurse Mirage that claim to be maybe less than 30 or even 30, and you see a lot of accomplishment that they have. And even this morning, before shooting this video, I was going through social media and I saw someone saying, now all this accomplishment where these people get, me will be 30, and everyone do a half, like, how does it put pressure on you as a human when you see people that claim to have a lot of accomplishments? And generally, what advice will you throw out to people out there that are feeling like, oh, I failed myself, maybe because I'm not where people that are my age are online showcasing and all of that? So just speak generally on that.
Okay, for me to strike a balance, right? I would say I'll be lying if I say sometimes when you see such things, you don't get pressured. It will always come when you see someone that's supposed to be your age mate that have gone as far as where you're supposed to be. But before you get to the point of putting pressure on yourself, sit and be in retrospect. Have you seen people that are also your age that are below you? That's one. Two, have you seen people that were your age and that are dead and gone? So before you take the place of complaining and grumbling about you go back that way and take the place of gratitude. And gratitude means that even in the little you have, even in the little you have accomplished, look, or even just leave people first. Look at yourself 5 years ago. Are you still the same way you were now?
Growth.
There's growth. It may not be leap, it may not be exponential, but the growth is there. And
yeah,
whether we like it or not, no person's destiny is the same. Each and every one of us, like they say, your palms or your fingers are your your marks on your palms are quite different from every other person. So everyone's destiny is different. There are people that are in their blooming season, while there are people that bloom late.
Sure.
While there are people that continually bloom, just go gradually. So everybody has your time. Everybody has their time. But one thing I want to do is not, because of that, don't slouch back and decide to just relax. Keep pushing, but do that in gratitude.
Yeah.
And you'll see things change for yourself. Always build a heart of gratitude. No matter what, it's just find a way to always give thanks. It's not easy, that's the truth. It's not easy, but it's doable.
Okay, so I agree with her 1,000%. The most important thing you should focus on is your growth. Are you growing? Don't just sit back, relax, and fold your hands. Make sure that you're doing everything. You're showing up for yourself every day. And if you're doing that, that's all that really matters. Vicky James has her story to tell. A lot of people, you don't even know what happened behind the scene. You don't know their full story. You don't know how they got there. I'm not saying they did shady things. I'm not saying Vicky James did shady things. But you don't really know the in-depth intricacies of their story. So don't compare yourself with them. And while you compare yourself with your mates that you feel like they have made it, compare yourself with those of your mates too that have died, that are 6 feet below, that can't even feed themselves, that can't do anything for themselves, that can afford half of what you afford. And you will know that gratitude is very important.
I'll also add, I know one of my pastors gave one story there. He's quite older. He said when they were growing up, he and his brothers then, a lot of them or his mates, they were all doing very well. And it was as if he was not just it. But I think he was telling the story when he was, is it 60 then? It says most of those people that were doing well now, most of them are dead. But he was still alive. If possible, maybe the reason why they were doing well that because God knew that their time was going to be short-lived.
Yeah.
So don't take people's timelines as yours. Totally. Everybody have their own timeline
Very true.
and what God has proposed for each and every one of them.
Yeah, very true. So the next one I'll ask is, what's your thoughts on long distance relationship? Is this something you can do?
Oh, long distance relationship. Oh, the truth is, for me. I would say yes. I've even done it. It's not even something I can do. It's something I've done on several locations. But then again, you would really need to have a very strong, intense trust for that person for you to be able to do long distance relationship. Because I remember then when I was doing long distance relationship, someone would tell you, you don't know what he's doing at that point in time. I said, so long as I have not seen it with my eyes to know whatever the person is doing, I have a level of trust for this person. So say what you're saying. I don't believe you. Are you getting the point? So for you to do long distance relationship, you must have love for the person. And the truth is, whatever people are losing in terms of presence, meeting up, you have to make up in communication. You have to make up communication. You have to intensify communication. Excepting you're not an attention-seeking person, or you're fine with talking to somebody once in 2 weeks or once in 3 days or 4 days. But if you're one that knows that you're big on communication, then you know that you have to beef up communication for that relationship to actually last.
So for me, I used to say never, I'm never doing it. After one attempt I had at it when I was a lot much younger. But when you grow, you realize that it's something that is part of life, especially with this whole jackpot syndrome in the world now, migration, everybody's migrating for a better life. Someone you've loved might want to relocate. Does it mean automatically the relationship ends? I don't think so. So what I personally would say is, if the foundation is there, that's what works for me. Like, if I've known you, maybe, I don't know how people meet online, like long distance and start dating long distance. That's the one I can understand. But maybe I've known you in Nigeria, we've known ourselves for a while, then maybe you have to relocate and then we have to continue long distance. I could do that. But if it's a lot. And yeah, trust is very important. That's why you need that foundation. You need to build that foundation, knowing that person, trusting that person. If you can trust the person when the person is around and you fully know that, okay, this person is capable of this, capable of that. When the person is away and you know this person, I don't think you start being worried of cheating and whatever. So foundation is big for me, and trust. I know some people will still say never. Me, I like physical relationship. Whatever rocks your boat, my darling. But for me personally, if the foundation is there, give it a shot. What's your thoughts on marrying? Not dating, no. Marrying someone you earn more than.
Marry somebody. This is quite tricky. Unless the person is earning very, very well. I'm not earning very, very, very well.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Okay, let's be serious here. Okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. At the end of the day, like I said, all this kind of thing boils down to communication, actually. But as I did now, I no go on and marry person where they earn less than me. Truth be told, but if I'm doing very, very well, fine, and I marry someone that is still coming up and is also doing well. The key thing there is to show that this person is hardworking, so this person loves you. And this person is goal oriented, because the truth is that there are some men that generally naturally laid back,
and then when they see that he's taking on the mantle, they will not want to.
That's where the problem is. If I would not even want to get married to someone that's laid back. I used to say it. I love my man leading.
Hustle.
I like him being the lead.
I'm a hustler.
So I can always contribute. Even if I earn more, I would always want to contribute. But he should take the lead.
Of course.
I beg lead. That's why you're the head of the home. I beg.
So yes or no?
Like I said, I already give you an instance. My own instance is the most important thing is like the man is conditional. That man is not a laid back man.
Okay.
If he's laid back, I know do a beg. Thank you.
So I think I agree with everything you have to say. He has to be like a hustler, because this generation, the thing we suffer from the most is that when you now decide to take up the mantle and be the breadwinner, a lot of men will just fold their hands and allow you as the woman continue. Maybe no, you don't even take up the mantle. You want to be the breadwinner. You just say, "Let me help," because things are not so good for the man. Before you know what, you see yourself 10 years down the line, you are the one breadwinning. The man just folds his hand. So it's all about the intentionality of that man trying to get on his feet to see that he comes back to be the actual breadwinner. Personally, I feel like I can, if I'm doing very well, right, and the man is a hustler and he's really hardworking. But if I'm not doing so well, I don't think it's even a good
I
venture.
beg, let him breadwin. I would give my baby girl life. I don't have this strength.
Okay, so the next question says, what's your thought on dating websites? Can you like get can you date someone on a dating from a dating website? What's your thoughts on that?
The truth is, from what I've heard, I just that I've not tried it before.
What you've heard.
I've not tried. See, the truth is that most of these things is when you try it that you will now know whether you want
I never say never
But
until you
what
try.
I've heard, I can actually date someone I've met online social media platform, Facebook, YouTube,
Not dating website, but it's literally the same thing.
Facebook, Instagram,
It's just
all
platforms
those.
that differ.
But you see, those dating websites, it's like there's something that comes with it. I don't know. Some of them now feel it's a hookup joint, or some of them feel it's where girls are being sampled. Also, there's a lot of things going on there. So I would actually have trust.
There are good relationships that come out of dating websites.
How many? What percent? That's the truth. What percent?
I have a friend that married her husband off of Tinder, and she made me to sign up on Tinder and Bumble last year when I was
That's
single.
what I'm saying. I'm not saying they are
that place is ghetto. See, you guys, I deleted my account after like after like a month or two, because you meet people that are just acting funny. You meet a guy, the next thing is telling you about his rent. Like, do I look like a sugar mommy? So I will slide into your DM and say, are you ready for hookup? Like, are you okay?
You understand the percentage?
Are you all right?
And there are a lot of dating apps coming out every day.
There
are a lot of them, but there are a lot of them coming out every day. If they can truly scrutinize this, but the truth is that there's the level to which they can do. They cannot scrutinize it. Even if some people come, some people will look as if they come with good intentions, but they have very bad intentions.
Very bad, though, my sister.
So what then do you?
But then again, never say never. You can try. So if you're very single and you want to mingle, try it out.
Some people even
my experience might not be your experience.
Some people go there to make friends. I know someone that says they go there. Some people even go there for business connections. Everybody goes there for different things. True. It's not actually for dating. It's for another. The people go there for different motives. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I can ever try that. But like I said, I'm open to online social media platforms.
Okay. So the next question, let's go. You meet a perfect guy, but he doesn't like to cook or clean.
I beg go. As I don't like this. Unless he's ready to get me a maid. Whoa, I cannot suffer my life.
Okay.
You get a maid, you get a chef, no wahala.
Myself, personally, I feel like there's a normal, menial level of cleanliness an individual should do. The minimalistic, clean up after yourself. Do the bare minimum. If you can do the bare minimum of, okay, maybe you go to the bathroom, you make sure everything is in place when you're out. I don't have a problem with that. But maybe you don't like washing dishes, you don't like cooking. I can handle all of that. I can maybe clean the house and all of that, you get. But if you are just like terribly messy, you are very dirty, nope, I can't do that.
And but the truth is that in this kind of case, the person may not be messy. It's just that the person doesn't like to clean. The person doesn't like.
And then, like she said, if we can afford a maid, that's totally fine.
And a chef. Because I will not be cooking all the time.
Well,
and you're ready to eat food that they put inside fridge.
I don't understand.
Not fresh
who
food.
You are who they do
the truth
fresh food.
Is the audacity for me. Some of them would finish saying, I don't like, and yet what you eat is fresh food. Excuse me.
No, if you can do the bare minimum, that works for me. But if you're looking for someone that would worship the ground you walk on, and then you're all these men that will say they don't want maid, they don't want. If you're too selective, and then you still don't want to do anything, then there's a problem. But if you're open to, okay, clean the house however pleases you, get a cleaner, I can pay. You're ready to like do the things that fit the lapses that you cannot fill. That's fine by me. Okay, so the next one says you meet a perfect guy again, but wants to be the primary caregiver, like a stay-at-home dad.
No,
what's your thoughts?
I just said this before. I know they do laid back men. I beg. Just be going. We are going to be
funny part is this doesn't work in this part of the world, Nigeria, Africa, maybe. But I know so many couples in the United States where the woman is the working one and the man is the stay-at-home dad and he works for them. But personally, I beg go. Wish you want to be stay-at-home dad. Go out there and hustle for us.
I wish you well, actually. I wish you well. You will see your type. in front.
You saw that viral video. I don't know if you saw that viral video of one girl like that she said that she traveled somewhere, came back, her room was a mess, her roommate left everywhere messy.
I think I passed through those videos. I didn't really.
Let me now give you a rundown. So this girl, she said she went somewhere, came back, her roommate used all the pots, left them dirty, maggots was rolling in them, left the whole house a mess.
I think
in that situation, what will you do?
Where will I even have that kind of roommate?
Did you decide it? You didn't.
No, the truth still remains is that how did it get to that point? Because the truth is, there are signs already before you traveled. It means that she had been doing it before. Abby?
But you know, okay, is it fair maybe she was there to always do it, but now you're not, somebody is not around, you not live everywhere a mess, like.
And you have to have that conversation with her. You have to be cross with her. You guys, you're not the only person living here. That's the truth. At least do the bare minimum, like you say. Clean after yourself. Clean up after yourself. How will you say? Because, and it really, I don't know how it is, though. I always consider people a lot. I can't be living with
That's
somebody.
Just normal human
I can't be living with somebody
behavior.
and I will now come and leave the place all messed up. So you call the person, make sure you have a conversation with her. Let her know how cross and angry you are, meeting all those kind of things. And that it doesn't sit well with you. And if you know this person cannot change, don't go and renew rentage with that kind of person again. For peace sake, for your health sake too.
Funny part is I had a roommate like that in the university. This guy was dirty, and it was so sad because, I'm sorry guys for all the Catholics, she was preparing to be a reverend sister, but she was the most dirty human being. This girl, a bat died in her locker. She left it there for days. She would do this thing. You know, but we're in the same room. She would leave like messy pot and travel for like a week. The pot would be stenching in the room.
Wow.
I'll be the one in there. So I had a roommate like that, and it was hell. So but I couldn't even do anything. I couldn't even do anything because it was like university. I went to a private school, by the way, and they allocate rooms to us. It was not like you guys now that went to like government schools and all that. It was hell. It was hell. And that's why I don't even like people. But like you said, communicate. If you communicate with her and you see she's not reasonable,
okay, true that individuals are different. You would always meet.
But I beg, do the bare minimum. You are a human being. See, if you are a human being and you cannot clean up after yourself, you have a problem. You have a big problem.
So don't talk to fight to you. Don't be like she should fight
because I really don't get it. I really honestly don't get how an adult, a full-blown adult, can't clean up after themselves. It's a shame. But anyways, please carry on with your questions. I think I asked you to sort for like a few questions, so you can just ask us a few so that we can close up because our time is far spent.
Okay. So what's your favorite childhood memory of us together?
Childhood memory of us together?
Yeah.
There are so many, but there's one I remember.
Okay.
This story touched my heart.
Go.
That's why me. Anytime my sister is annoying me and she's frustrating me, I used to forgive her. I remember one of my birthday, that time our mom just died. By the way, if you're new here, our mom is late, but we have a stepmom. So our mom just died, and I wanted to celebrate my birthday, but I was so broke. I don't even have money. I mean, if you know me that I'm obsessed about birthdays. That time my sister was in doing her masters. She was not at home. So I was looking for money to do birthday for where I don't see money. So I remember I called my sister, I was telling her that I didn't find money, even if in a cake. I think I was going to chat some more clicker that I'll use and do photo shoots that period. My sister now sent me whether she sent me more than a 10K that year. Hey, I'll never forget. I was so thankful. That's the thing. When you do good for someone, you can't remember, but that person can remember. I was so thankful. I'll never forget that memory. So that's one of the memories. And aside that, too, having someone to... there are so many times you dash me money you cannot even remember. I remember one time like that, I told mommy to give me money to do hair. She refused to give me. You gave me whether na 1K, I be 2K. That year when you feel braid for 1K, 2K. Yeah. So that's the memory.
Well, mine is a lot of it. Especially now that we're a bit older. Let me just say that. The fact that we have a lot of time to spend together. Sometimes I'll be like, oh God, if we not get married now, we now don't have time again to spend time with each other. Since she's doing her immunos. But I actually enjoy it when we spend time together, catch our fun.
Totally.
Yeah. So talk about something that scares you about the future. What do you think scares you about the future? When you think about
the future?
About the future, yeah.
I'm not lying. One of the things that scares me so much is one of the things I'm looking forward to being a mom. Like the fact that I'll have a child, but that process of when you hear sleepless nights, you go through a lot, postpartum depression, labor, it does scare me. I'll not lie you. It scares because I don't play with my sleep. once it's 8, I'm in bed. So when I hear how the children distort your life and they come around and mess up your plans, I'm a very planned person. I like to plan. It really, really scares me. But I know that when I get to that bridge, I'll cross it. How about you?
Well, for me, sincerely, if I say what scares me about the future, basically, usually finances. I don't want to get to a point where, as like this, I'm single. At least I can be able to afford my basics, and I get married tomorrow, and I'm
God
struggling.
will not let it happen.
God will not allow it to,
God,
because
I beg you.
that's
God, I
usually
beg
one of my
you.
major
God, I
fear
beg you. God.
about the future. But I know God's in charge of our future, so
Yeah.
we are fine. So, what's one thing you would like us to do together in the future?
One thing I would like us to do together in the future.
Yeah.
So one thing I look forward to in the future is having our kids be as close as us. I pray they are. Maybe our daughters, we get to like hang out together as a family. Our kids love each other. They are obsessed with their cousins. That's what I look forward to.
Well, that's partly the same thing. Let's not be. But one thing I would like is just being able to still do things together the way we do now in future. Let life not just get in the way and get us all busy. And maybe my husband, my this, my that, and we don't have time for ourselves anymore.
It is life. It is life.
Well,
life.
I think that's about it.
All right, guys, did you enjoy this video? I totally enjoyed filming it, and I'm happy I brought her here for you guys. If you guys want more of her, drop topics. I'm bringing her back to back for you guys. If people say you want her to open YouTube channel, she'll join me and open this one that I've already opened, okay? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I trust that you guys will watch this one. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not. And yeah, follow my sister on her socials. I'll link them. Go and support her.
Yes,
follow her on her socials, okay? And yeah, come back next week because you guys, I have a very juicy video planned next week, okay?
Yeah, please.
All right, see you guys in my next one. Bye.